When asked why she loved working in Christian radio, Shannyn replied, "The death and resurrection of Jesus is the most important thing that has ever happened in the history of mankind. Talking about it is the most important thing that I can do with my life. So, to have the chance to share him daily with thousands of people, well, that's what gets me out of bed each day." An excerpt from the Remembering Shannyn article. On this show, we choose to look straight ahead to the tough things. This is a true crime show, and yet that's not all it is. This is a show that is built on the philosophy that facing the hard things that life throws at us head on is how we conquer them, and not by avoiding them. And we believe that it is important to face those things head on. That is how we conquer situations like that. That is how we stand above them, rather than drowning underneath them. We're going to shift gears. This is not a true crime documentary. We're not talking about medieval torture methods. We're not doing any of that. Today I would like to talk about something that caused my heart to absolutely sink when I first heard. When Shannyn Caldwell came down with cancer. The bubbly, kind, warm, faith-filled personality that hit the airwaves on Family Life Radio's midday show every single day. The person that no matter what was going on in life, no matter what life threw at her or what was going on in the world at large, she was always positive. She now was facing one of the absolute worst circumstances any of us could possibly face. And if you guys watching are anything like I was when I received that news, we could hardly believe it. But for Shannyn, it was all too real. One thing I also couldn't believe was that during the heat of her battle with this horrendous disease, I would continue to hear her voice on the radio, and her incredible zest for life still completely intact. That's because one of the things Shannyn Caldwell was known for was her grit, her tenacity, particularly when it came to the things of God, and so because of that, she insisted on remaining on the air until she absolutely could not anymore. But unfortunately, the day that she no longer could has come. On January 8th, 2026, Shannyn passed from this life to the next. I was listening to Family Life Radio when the host that was filling in for Shannyn asked everybody to keep Shannyn in their prayers as she was currently in the ICU fighting for her life, and blasting worship music during this occurrence, as I'm sure nobody that listened to the station or knew Shannyn personally would be surprised by at all. And though I myself and many others that have been impacted by Shannyn did not know her personally, I was an avid listener of FLR, and it was my favorite Christian radio station. She was one of, if not the biggest reasons for that. She was the type that just exuded positivity, and it wasn't that fake, toxic positivity. It was real and genuine, and it was always so encouraging. And for her to maintain that exact same energy, going through what she was going through, was nothing short of inspiring. Perhaps, and I hope this to be the case, you and I will never go through this exact same circumstance, but we all will have times where we don't just take a walk in the dark through stories and through media, but life will take us through that valley of the shadow of death, through our very real, lived experiences. And I'm sure that not all of my viewers are Christians, but for those of you that are, I want to encourage you that when you find yourself in these sorts of circumstances, use this as an opportunity not to allow the darkness to consume you, but for your light to shine even brighter. Use that darkness as a backdrop, a canvas for you to paint a picture for the Lord, a picture of light, a picture of encouragement. Shannyn was bright, very bright, and her trial created a powerful opportunity for her final moments to become the brightest she has ever had. She did not go out with a bang, No, the warmth and beauty she displayed in her departure was more like a supernova, and the impact she had on those that loved her, I'm sure, also fits that analogy quite comfortably. I did not know her, but I will miss her. She is the only public figure I have ever felt compelled to make a video or statement like this for, and that's because she truly was special. Thank you for spending this time with me to appreciate this wonderful soul. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week, but until then, just remember, when you find yourself in the darkest of places, use that as an opportunity to shine the brightest you ever have. God bless.